pretty much went to church just because I felt or was taught kind of that I had to.
After my first cancer diagnosis, I really was struggling, and I felt like I was as far away from God as I could be.
Before Jesus, my life was full of sadness, anger, depression, and I self-medicated with drugs and alcohol.
Before I met Jesus, I was just going through the motions.
There was a time in my life where there was questions, uncertainty, confusion.
I was far from Jesus, and I felt angry and confused.
I felt fear, I felt loneliness. I had no identity. I didn't know who I was.
From the beginning of Anchor Chapel, we envisioned a place where people would meet the creator of the universe without having to jump through hoops to get to him.
That's why we started in a nightclub.
The same street that was littered with the previous night's embarrassment would be lined with people beaming with supernatural love.
The same doors that invited people to indulge would open people to the life-changing power of the one who himself is called the door.
The same alcohol-soaked stage would become a platform for the only one worthy of a stage.
The same sound system that blasted hopeless chatter would now fill the room with the praises of the one whose very name is hope.
We always wanted to be a place where people of every age, race, and stage of life felt comfortable in the mix.
That's why we continued in a movie theater.
The same seats that swallowed up minds in the theology of culture would position people to absorb an ancient but current truth.
The same screen that celebrated broken marriages, fear, and humanity's arrogance would become a banner of hope in the middle of confusion.
We always wanted to be a place where people felt at home.
That's why we've landed in an upcoming community.
What was simply a vacant office space has now become a space dedicated to worship, relationship, and the proclamation of an eternal message.
After I found Jesus, I wanted to go to church and actually know about him and serve him.
After I met Jesus, I had a reason to live.
But through prayer, Jesus showed me clarity, conviction, and faith.
When I came back to him, it's just like a feeling of your hope was restored.
And when that hope was restored, I felt purpose. I felt freedom. I felt like I could walk in who he called me to be.
But because of Jesus and his great love, all that has been transformed, and I am a new creation.
When I felt like he was the farthest from me was probably when he was the closest and just holding me tight.
No matter where we've been or will end up, the lifeblood of this church has always been the presence and the power of Jesus.
In his name lies the hope for every soul.